can you talk about a little bit about this risk that's coming up this week versus last week? What can we expect this week with some of the threats that are on the way?
So if people remember last week, we did get up to a high risk for severe weather, and on the risk scale, that's actually the highest risk that you can have. For this Thursday, it's looking like we're going to be having an enhanced risk, and out of the scale, that's almost up there, is getting in a third category when it comes to risk. There's still two additional risks above enhanced risk, that's moderate and that's high. But still, with an enhanced risk that's expected for Thursday, there's quite a bit of weather that we're going to be having to deal with, and that's going to be all modes of severe weather, and that includes large hail, damaging wind gusts, and of course, we cannot forget tornadoes. That's going to be likely. But throughout the rest of the week, however, we're going to be seeing the potential for weather kind of ramping up each day as we lead into Thursday.
And with that in mind, everything kind of ramping up, these areas are already very saturated, and the Mississippi River still has flood warnings in effect. Is flooding another concern that we'll have to be looking out for within these thunderstorms?
Oh, absolutely. Because of the multi-day rain potential that we're going to be having with this storm activity, flooding is definitely going to be an issue. So flash flood warnings are going to probably be having to be issued from our office as well. So people are going to have to take heed when they see water across roadways, and to be sure to take an alternate route if they do see that.
Now, it seems very active already for the start of spring. Is it normal to see this kind of activity, or at least the risks this high this time of year, or is this pretty standard for the spring season?
Oh, this is definitely up to par for the South, especially for Mississippi. We're actually in our primary severe weather season. March is when things start to ramp up, and definitely as we head into April, that's definitely the peak month for us. But for us to see enhanced and moderate risk and even potentially high risk, it's not abnormal to see it during this time of year.
And then when it comes to safety, is there anything specific you want viewers at home to know about when it comes to hail, wind, tornadoes? Is there anything that we should definitely be hitting on to remind our friends at home and our neighbors?
Absolutely. One of the things that people need to take in mind when it comes to severe weather, and particularly tornadoes, is that they have to make sure that they have a safe place that they can go to, themselves and their family members, as well as their pets and whatever else they have in their household. So one of the things we like to tell people is to get into the interior part portion of their home or apartment building, whatever that case may be. On the lowest floor, a basement is best. But if you don't have a basement, get into the interior room like a closet or bathroom. And if you have children, go ahead and cover their heads with a mattress in the bathtub so you can protect their head as well. And when it comes to potential for having tornadoes overnight, what we like to tell people is to keep your shoes next to your bed, because if the weather occurs overnight and you go outside after the damage has already occurred, the thing is you can step on some things. So you need to be careful. So just make sure you have your go bag, your go kit, your non-perishables if necessary, as you could have some power outages as well.
Thank you so much for talking to us. We really appreciate you at your local National Weather Service office and all of our colleagues across the country keeping us safe and giving us information to relay back home.